Congratulations on finishing the urban jungle. I have a few questions for you to answer to let the world know you should be chosen as the winner. Your first challenge involving budgeting. What is the most important thing you have learned about budgeting?
Hi, thank you so much for allowing me to be a contestant on the show. I can't wait to have the opportunity to win $500,000. As far as budgeting goes, that was our first real challenge, spreading out the money where we can take it. Most important thing I learned is definitely making sure that that you know how much you have to spend. And then always go with what's more important. So don't go spend it on movies or like there's an entertainment category. Spend things on what you need first. Budgeting wise, I'll definitely use it in the future, especially when it was that organized on the Excel sheet. I could see where all my expenses were going and I could see exactly what I needed to. So the most important thing would definitely be being money smart and being very um, cost aware. I think that's the most important thing I learned from budgeting on the show.
Will you budget in the future?
I will definitely budget in the future. I have learned that money is, tight. In this situation, especially. And in this scenario, I have a family and everything, so it's really important to budget, not on commodities, but more like things that you need, like finding a job, um, using your money wisely is pretty much what I learned most. So, yes, I will use budgeting in the future.
How did budgeting help you throughout the entire process?
It helped me through the entire process because I could see like what kind of job I needed to get in order to in order to buy the things that I wanted. Like if I wanted a house, I didn't, but if I wanted one, what kind of job, um, and it was really, really useful in the long run. I didn't realize how useful it'd be. At first, I thought it was kind of annoying, but it really, really helped because I knew what I wanted to do, and I knew how much money I could make doing that, and so that's what really um, helped me with the budgeting chart.
Next, you had to decide for or against higher education. Why did you choose higher education?
I chose higher education because I've been raised to think that if you get a really high education, the jobs are better, and statistically, that's true. Most people get paid two times more than they would have if they didn't have an education. I researched the top 10 best, most paying associate's degrees, and it was amazing. So 2 years of school, the highest one I saw, you could get $85,000 a year. So higher education definitely seemed like the way to go. You just get more maturity, and I just think it's an experience that everybody should have.
What career did that lead you to, and why did you choose that career?
My career or my college decision led me to nursing. I think it's a very respectable career. The hours are pretty good, and it's really nice to go to work and make a difference. It also paid extremely well. Like the average for a nurse with a 2 years associate's degree was about 75,000. In Houston, it was like 78,000. So I put 78,000. Um, so it pays well. It's a very respectable career, and you get to help people every day. And I think that's really what we need nowadays.
Was paying taxes difficult for you? What did you learn about them?
Paying taxes by myself was definitely difficult. I had a job in my old life, and I have to pay taxes on it now because I've made enough money from it. So I kind of knew what it was like, but it was a blessing not to have to pay state and local taxes. It was really eye-opening to see how much it costs. And I always thought it was kind of like a fixed rate, but then research obviously led me to it depends on how much money you make. And to take 25% out of your salary for my career choice, it was like, oh, I worked so hard for this, and I have to give a fourth of it away, and then another fourth of it somewhere else to charities and that kind of thing. So it was kind of weird to watch my money go that fast, but if it's going to a good cause, and sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't, but taxes are for like education and new regulations and that kind of thing. So it was probably a good choice, and I did think it was kind of difficult, but with my career, I was able to do it.
Was saving money a challenge along the way? How much do you estimate you saved for that month?
I think it was because I looked at the list of options we had, and I was like, oh, I really want that. Oh, I really want this. For example, in the entertainment, there were concerts, and I love concerts, but I didn't have, the cash to spend it. Sporting events, I chose to spend some on that. So it was just kind of a little frustrating because everything like I wanted, and I really needed to save. For example, I saved for my 401k every month, and that was $608 a month. So that took out savings. If I did the math right, I saved about $2,000. My cost of living was about 5,952, and my actual monthly income was 7,083. So about $2,000. So I think that's a pretty good savings for somebody that's on their own and kind of trying to figure out their way.
What insurance did you choose and why?
I did go with insurance, but I only picked two, one of which was renter's insurance because I chose not to buy a house. So home insurance, wasn't, it's not applicable. So I chose renter's insurance so that it says on the website I found it's only like $15. So that was a really good deal. And, if anything happens to it, I'm insured, can get payment and buy a new apartment if necessary. And then I also chose health insurance because I know health insurance is extremely important, especially in this economy. If you can't pay for health insurance, you have to pay everything yourself, and it'll kill thousands of dollars procedure with insurance could cost you like $100 and $300, whichever one. So I definitely chose health insurance, and it was expensive for me, but it was worth it, especially when you never know what could happen to you. It's always good to have it.
Did you decide to put money away for retirement? What plan did you choose?
I did decide to put money away every month for retirement. I did choose the 401k plan just because through my research I thought it was, it's through your employer. It looked, the website said it was like the Investopedia, and it said that it's almost too good to be true. Free money, right? So 401k, I chose that one. Monthly, I save like $200, $100, something like that. And that's the plan I chose to go with for retirement.
Why didn't you choose to buy a home?
Simply, I don't need a big house for one person for 6 months. If I would have had like a family here on this challenge with me, then I definitely would have considered it, especially with the deal that the game offered me. But I just couldn't bring myself to buy a house. That's a luxury, and if I'm single, um, in the hospital a lot, I don't really need much. So an apartment was good. It was just an expense that I didn't need to spend.
I see you didn't take out any loans, but chose a credit card. Why did you not take out any loans? What did you learn about credit cards?
I chose not to take out any loans because I don't like the feeling of owing someone something. I mean, I would take one out if I was buying a house or if I needed extra help on payment or something. But in this scenario, I think that's amazing that in this game I didn't need to take out a loan. I did choose a credit card just so I could put expenses on there. Um, I had one in my past life, and it works. Well, obviously it works, but the only bad thing about it is that I'm more prone to spend. But if I have a good credit score, I'm reliable, it shows that I have a great career, then I'm more trusting, and therefore a credit card would definitely work for me, and the company would definitely support me with it.
When that $20,000 debt hit you, how did you choose to pay it off? Was that a good choice?
All I can say about the debt is, nobody wants to be stuck with that. I did choose debt consolidation because I would rather get all my debts and pay it back that way in a monthly sum and pay it off eventually rather than just get a loan from the government or declare bankruptcy or foreclosure. So by doing that, as long as I promise or I show that I'm not going to get into any more debt, it's a pretty reasonable option. You can kind of choose your sum depending on your situation. So debt consolidation really worked for me. And that's how I hit that roadblock. And I think the viewers should recognize that I handled it extremely well, especially when it just kind of hits you. So the $20,000, I knew how to pay it off, and that's another reason why I think I should be declared Urban Survivor.
What did you invest in, and do you feel you did well with what you chose?
I chose to invest in a lot of different things. The $50,000 went to what the producers had all of us put our money in and calculate how we did with that. I chose preferred stock for $10,000 just because it's a higher claim than a common stock, and even though you don't get vote if the company goes under, you still get something. I also chose to invest $7,500 into mutual funds because it's a pool of funds and it gives small investors access to very well managed, diversified portfolios. And it is a small amount of capital, but you invest in securities and assets operated by money managers. Next, I only chose to invest $500 into money market funds because each one is worth $1. It can be purchased through mutual funds. It's low risk and low return, but it's very, very liquid, and I like that. I chose to invest $10,000 in junk bonds. I do have a higher rate of income, and it takes precedence over stock during liquidation. It's way more dependable than stocks. It is less liquid, but prices change based on the rating. Next, my biggest sum was $20,000 into municipal bonds. They're tax-free, low interest rate, low risk bonds, cash in difficulty, but debt security issued by a state or county to finance its capital expenditures. And the best thing about it was you're exempt from federal and most state and local taxes. So I was like, yes, please, no more taxes, because it was a bad experience in the game. I did do $1,300 into the U.S. Treasury, just because, United States want to support my country, want love from you guys. And then my 401k, yes, $700. So low federal and state taxes, lower taxable income, small monthly payments can eventually turn into a lot of money. So I feel like I did really well with the $50,000 I was given to invest. I made a lot of decisions that were low risk. I made one high risk decision, but the rest were low risk just because I like to play it safe. But the one high risk option, I hope you see that, I'm here to play, I'm here to win, and I think I did really well with what I was given, and so I think I did well.
And lastly, why do you think you should be the winner of the Urban Jungle?
I should definitely be declared the winner of the Urban Jungle. I think I absolutely killed it. I think you guys know I killed it. I was very smart with every decision I made, very methodical, thorough research, wrote a lot of papers, very long papers, way past the required. I just think you guys will see that through this whole journey, I was very smart. I didn't panic. And I think I handled it the best out of all my competitors. I wish them well, but I'm pretty sure I won just because of my handling with debt, with my career choice, with my education choice. I just think I did better, and I know one of them did a nurse also, but I doubt that she found what I found about that career and that paying. And I think I managed money terrifically. I didn't want to spend all the money I had. I wanted to have cash on hand to pay for everything else. So for those reasons, I think I should be crowned the Urban Jungle Survivor and win the $500,000 to take home to my family. So thank you guys so much for watching. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate the opportunity, and I hope you guys vote for me.